Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Sapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Krishna Bhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Panchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale
Srimate Bhaktivedanta
Swamiti Namine
Namine
Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharane
Nirvishanyavadi
Sarveshwari Paschatya
Paschatya
Desha
Tarine
Tarane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu
Prabhu Nityananda
Nityananda
Shri
Shri
Advaita
Advaita
Gadadhara Shri
Gadadhar Shri
Prabhadi
Hari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
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 Rama Hare
Rama Hare
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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna. Welcome everybody. I will share my screen. I just got a few hours notice. Hari Kishore Prabhu, those of you who joined late, is supposed to be taking class, but he is not available. He asked me to fill in for him. Of course, it's always nice to be prepared, but also, as my dear friend Madhupati Prabhu has given this instruction quite some time back, whenever there is any opportunity for devotional service, whenever we have to share Krishna consciousness, never hesitate and take up the opportunity. Simply repeat whatever you've heard from Guru and sadhus and whatever is there in the Shastras. Hare Krishna. So with that in mind, I'm going to read Prabhupada's. Prabhupada has written, actually, it's a lecture which is in Back to Godhead magazine related to today's verses. And then I will request all of your participation. If, different volunteers could please read the paragraphs, and then we could get into that and discuss it a little more. Hare Krishna. I'm going to be sharing my screen. Get to where the base. Hare Krishna. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes,
I'm on.
yes, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you. Krishna Bhakti Rabadaka Yata Subha Shubha Karma Seha Eka Jivera Ajnana Tamo Dharma. Synonyms, translation, and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Krishna Bhakti Ram, of devotional service to Krishna. Badhaka, hindrance, yata, all. Shubha, ashubha, auspicious or inauspicious. Karma, activity. Seha, that. Eka, one. Jivera, of the living entity. Ajnanatama, of the darkness of ignorance. Dharma, the character. Translation. All kinds of activities, both auspicious and inauspicious, are detrimental to the discharge of transcendental loving service to Lord Krishna, are actions of the darkness of ignorance. Purport. The poetical comparison of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda to the sun and moon is very significant. The living entities are spiritual sparks, and their constitutional position is to render devotional service to the Supreme Lord in full Krishna consciousness. Such pious activities and other ritualistic performances, pious or impious, as well as the desire to escape from material existence, are all considered to be coverings of these spiritual parks. The living entity must get free from the superfluous coverings and engage and fully engage in Krishna consciousness. The purpose of the appearance of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda is to dispel the darkness of the soul. Before their appearance, all the superfluous activities of the living entities were covering Krishna consciousness. But after the appearance of these two brothers, people's hearts are becoming cleansed and they are again becoming situated in the real position of Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. Text 95. Yanara prasade e tamohaya nasha tamo nasha kari kare tatvera prakasha. Translation. By the grace of Lord Nityananda, by Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, this darkness of ignorance is removed and the truth is brought to light. Hare Krishna. So, dear devotees, this is an article from the Back to Godhead magazine. I will read this first prayer and then, I will request volunteers to start reading each paragraph and then we'll go paragraph wise. Arisen like the sun and the moon. Srila Prabhupada explains that Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda came to destroy the darkness of ignorance within our hearts. By His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, lecture given in Mayapur, India, on March 26, 1975. Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda appeared like the sun and the moon to bring light to this dark age. Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahudita Gaudodaya Pushpavanta Chitra Shanda Tamonada. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Shri Krishna and Lord Nityananda, who are like the sun and the moon. They have arisen simultaneously on the horizon of Gauda to dissipate the darkness of ignorance and thus wonderfully bestow benediction upon all. This is from Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Leela 1.2. Hare Krishna. So, could somebody please read this first verse?
Can I
I
go
can.
through? Go ahead, Mataji.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya has many expansions, and the first is Lord Nityananda, who is Krishna's brother Balram. We have to understand that these things from the Mahajanas, the great sages who are learned the science of Krishna consciousness. Narottam Das Thakura, a Mahajan, says, Bhajendra Nanda, ye sachi suta holio se Balarama, holio nitai. Should I read it? Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Lord Krishna, the son of Nand Maharaj. Sri Nityanand Prabhu is Balram.
Thank you, Mataji. So here, it's self-explanatory that Mahaprabhu Shri Krishna Chaitanya has many expansions, and of course, the first is Lord Nityananda, same as Krishna and Balaram. Now, we hear these things, but what we need to understand, a very important lesson over here, is that whatever, anything related to spirituality, spiritual topics, we have to learn it from the Mahajans. There are 12 Mahajans, correct? The Shastras describe 12 Mahajans. And then we also have the Guru Parampara. Guru Parampara is the followers of these Mahajans. So the Mahajans are people who are in the path of spirituality. They know about Krishna, they know how to get reconnected with Krishna. And these disciplic succession that we have, great devotees. One of them, like Narottam Das Thakur, is a Mahajan, and he's the one who said that Krishna is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is same. That is the very same son of Nanda Maharaj, Krishna, and Hare Krishna. Nityanand Prabhu is his older brother, Balaram. So the point we learn from this paragraph, dear devotees, is whom we get knowledge from matters. And when it comes to matters of spirituality, we have to understand from disciplic succession. Otherwise, it is not going to do any benefit for us. Hare Krishna. Now, the second line say, this is what happens when you don't get it from the proper source, the proper system, the Guru Parampara system. Some people say, foolish people say, Nityananda is an expansion of Radharani. That is not a fact. Nityananda is Balram. We have to know from the Mahajans, the great devotees. We cannot manufacture our own ideas. That is blasphemy. And here again, Prabhupada stresses the Guru Parampara, understanding from the Mahajan, right? The Mahajan is someone who follows the previous Mahajan. Like we say, Guru. Uh, Yesterday there was a discussion on who a sannyasi is, who a sadhu is. And similarly, if you want to know who a Mahajan is someone who follows the previous Mahajans, if you read the next line. Similarly, Guru is one who's been a disciple first. It's not that, oh, I was sitting and suddenly I got all this realization which came to me. And now that there are so many self-proclaimed gurus, Hare Krishna. So the Prabhupada starts his lecture with the significance of Mahajans, Hare Krishna, the Guru Parampara system. So can somebody please read this paragraph?
I can read, Prabhuji.
Yes, please go ahead.
A Mahajan is one who follows the previous Mahajanas. This is the system. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu strictly followed the principle, and Krishna also recommended in the Bhagavad Gita 4.2, Evam Parampara Praptam. We have to receive knowledge through the disciplinic succession. We cannot manufacture it. The concoction of so-called spiritual philosophies has killed the spiritual life of India. You can think in your way and I can think in my way. This idea is not at all scientific. Suppose you claim that 2 plus 2 equals 3 or 5. Is that acceptable? No, 2 plus 2 equals 4 and you cannot claim otherwise.
Correct. So here Prabhupada elaborates more on, why the Guru Parampara system, why Mahajan is. Otherwise, what happens? This mind has a habit of jumping to conclusion. How it jumps to conclusion? We all have our experiences, correct? Good, bad, ugly, whatever it be. And we all have a way of understanding things which is shaped by the culture and our environment around us, right? So yes, this is a great gift, the mind, the brain, the intellect. It's a very powerful thing to have. And what happens is when we perceive there is anything that comes in, we try to make sense out of it. So, first thing we'll refer to whatever we know, whatever our experience has been. And then, whatever that thing is, we try to relate. And if it doesn't fit, we somehow they try to make a retrofit of that. And that is called, dear devotees, perception. Perception is nothing but what truth is, how we want it to be, or how we see what is truth, and that need not necessarily be a fact. And what has happened as such, people on the who call themselves spiritualists, okay, sit and think and wonder, and they come to these different conclusions, and that actually has killed spirituality in India. Prabhupada is saying that India is the nursery of spirituality. So many great faith and so many great personalities have appeared in India, right? So it is very conducive for spirituality. But over a period of time, because of all these concoctions, that's what happens. And then what happens is each one has his own way of thinking. And as a compromise, fine, fine. You can think your way, I'll think my way. But no, truth is truth. 2 plus 2 is 4. Doesn't matter whether you believe in it, you don't believe in it. Doesn't matter whether a billion people say 2 plus 2 is 5. Even if the entire 8 billion world population says 2 plus 2 is 5, it still remains 4. That's the feature of truth. One is truth. For truth to be truth, it should be eternal, never changing, independent. Independent means it doesn't require proof or support. So when we are trying to understand truth, this is beyond. Spirituality is beyond whatever our experiences are. Spirituality is beyond whatever we know. You get it? So for that reason, to understand that eternal truth, we need people. The Guru Parampara system, that is people that will show us what the truth is. And it prevents this risk of jumping to uh, a conclusion. So this verse, it says, Balram is presenting, Prabhupada says, Balram is presenting Krishna. Therefore, he is the original guru. There are so many gurus that we have. You know, my mother used to say, Guru bina gyan kahan. That means, in absence of Guru, what knowledge can you get? So we all have, when the child is in the mother's womb, the mother is the guru because through the mother's faculties, the child is experiencing and learning. Yeah. So that is the mother is a guru, right? The child is born in the world, then his family environment. He learns to speak. How does he learn to speak? Because the family members are speaking, right? So a child born in France will speak French. A child born in Kerala will speak Malayalam. Someone born in Punjab will speak Punjabi, right? The same child, you put it anywhere, whatever is the environment, he's learning from that. They are the gurus. So there are so many gurus we have. You go to school, kindergarten, middle school, high school, college, PhD. We are always getting knowledge. That knowledge is always coming downwards. Please understand like that. Of course, we have our intellect and we have our observations, but even to make any sense of that observation, that knowledge has come in. That seed has been planted. So that is the person of guru, correct? Now, when we talk about guru, what the guru here is a person who is presenting Krishna. He is called a guru. So Balram is the person who's presenting Krishna, and he is therefore the original guru. So any bona fide guru should be a representative of Balram or Nityanand, the disciple. So Balram or Lord Nityananda is the original. And then from there, people who are following other jivas, what is their role? They are presenting. Srila Prabhupada is a guru. What is he doing? Srila Prabhupada is presenting exactly what Balram and Nityanand did, presenting Krishna, giving Krishna to the world, teaching about Krishna to the world. Who is Prabhupada? Prabhupada is first a disciple of Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj. What was he doing? Again, he was presenting Krishna. Who is Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati? So, like this, you can go backwards and you see it's the exact same thing. That's why they say Guru is one. What is one is whatever message, whatever actions, everything, whatever he is doing is to present Krishna to people, bring people closer to Krishna, right? And because Balram is presenting Krishna, he is called Prakasha. When the sun shines, you see everything clearly. That is called Prakash, correct? Prakash is light. At night, in darkness, everything is covered and we cannot see. But during daytime, when there is Prakash, illumination, you can see everything. Hare Krishna. So over here, then it gives a further explanation who Nityanand Prabhu and Balram are. They're one and the same, right? Prakash Tattva. Balram is Prakash Tattva. Just as Balram is manifesting Krishna, Nityanand is manifesting Shri Krishna Chaitanya, who is no different than Krishna himself. When Nityanand Prabhu was preaching in Bengal, he delivered Jagai Madhai. So those of who you were yesterday present on the call, the same Sangha, Govardhan Bhakta Prabhu had explained this pastime of Jagai and Madhai. And by delivering them, he showed how to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Lord Chaitanya is Krishna himself. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahi Anya. Shri Krishna is Radha and Krishna combined, and Nityananda is presenting Lord Chaitanya. Now, Prabhupada goes on to say what lessons we get from Lord Nityananda. Can somebody please read this paragraph?
No one is ready. I will read, Prabhuji.
Yes, you can read, but let's.
I will.
Yes, Vasanta Mataji, and I'll encourage everyone participate. Don't be a passive attendee. I mean, it's great you're attending. When you participate, it'll get more interactive. So please,
After
thank you.
Mataji, I can read next book.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead, Vasanta Mataji.
How can one present Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu? By his personal example, Nityananda Prabhu has given us a lesson. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would send Nityananda Prabhu and Haridasa Thakura to preach on the streets, home to home. Once they saw a big crowd on the street, and Nityananda Prabhu inquired from the people, "Why are there so many people assembled?" He was informed that there were two gundas, rogues, creating some trouble. The two gundas were Jagai and Madai. Now, even though they physically attacked Nityananda Prabhu, he continued to preach Krishna consciousness to them, and he delivered them. This is the best way to serve Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, by preaching Krishna consciousness boldly.
Hare Krishna. So, what we can understand from this passage is, two things: how we should share Krishna consciousness, and also what it says is walk the walk and talk the talk. Correct? It's very easy to speak, it's very easy to tell someone to do the right thing. We all know the philosophy, we all know the essence. But for actually any transformation to happen for ourselves and to others whom we are sharing it, we need to be practicing it ourselves first. So Nityanand Prabhu actually taught by personal example. They are called acharyas. There's something which is called prachar. Prachar is when you speak and you're sharing Krishna consciousness or topics about spirituality. And when you actually, whatever instructions you're doing, you yourself are following it. That's when transformation happens. So, how it would work is that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would say, go out and distribute this message. And they would go, great personalities, they would go everywhere telling people, please, please. The other way how we share Krishna consciousness is in a mood of humility. Typically, when we are telling somebody something, it kind of assumes a higher position. But Nityanand Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, with so much humility, they would take a straw of grass. Grass is that which is on the road, straw, and they would put it in their teeth. That's, a symbol of deep, deep humility. And it's not just mechanical. Many a times we may offer and say people, oh, Dandvat Prabhu, correct? But this is just mechanical, right? Mechanical. We may even offer physical, Dandvat Pranam. But what really matters is how this false ego, how that is being subdued. So they would go and request people humbly. So um, without the arrogance of knowledge, I know so much, and this person is an ignorant fool, and I am trying to help him. And they did it to everybody, no discrimination. So here what it means is Mahaprabhu, what would please the whole purpose of Krishna consciousness is remove us from the center of being the pleasure focus and do everything for pleasure of Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is same as Krishna. What makes him happy? What makes him happy is when Krishna consciousness is shared far and wide and people take to Krishna consciousness and get reconnected with Krishna. And it is non-discriminatory. They even preach to Jagai and Madai. So when we have opportunities, we may say that, oh, I don't have enough knowledge. Oh, I do not practice properly. I cannot even say my japa properly or whatever. So when the opportunity comes to share Krishna consciousness, we back away. Or we will say that there is something more important. And I can do all these activities on a doable, if able basis. Correct? That's what happens, which is fine. I mean, it does happen. However, even if you know nothing, simply by accompanying someone, by helping someone in any which way to spread Krishna consciousness, to share Krishna consciousness, someone is going book distribution. Paramanand Prabhu puts up, today we are going over here for book distribution. Then we'll say, oh, it is in the afternoon and I have to do my laundry, I have to do this, I have to do that. But if we have the desire, I don't know, I feel shy talking to someone and giving a book, that's fine. Just go there, just stand there. There are devotees who are doing kirtan, clap your hands in the kirtan, you know, manage a book table, take the accounts, whatever, any little way which you can do. You will get the same credit as the person who has actually given the book and shared Krishna consciousness. So all that is required is intent. And that's what, Prabhupada's instruction. Distribute my books. Distribute my books. Books is one example I'm giving. Distribute my books. Bhakti Tirth Swami Maharaja said, dear devotees, in the instruction of the Guru comes the empowerment to do it, to execute it. All it requires is the sincerity of wanting to do it. So here is what Nityanand Prabhu, practiced what he preached and universal to everyone. We may tend to gravitate to those who are, say, from the Indian culture. We are more comfortable speaking with them. But if there is a person who's of a different skin color, of a different faith, I will have a lot of hesitancy. How will he react? Things like that. Simply just an amazing number of people, overwhelming majority of people, total strangers, are so receptive when we speak about it. It's just the manner in which we approach. That is what melts people's heart. Hare Krishna. So here Prabhupada says the business of gundas, this is, about the Jagai Madhai pastime to create trouble. Especially at the present moment in Bengal, there are many gundas creating trouble. This is due to not enough preaching of Krishna consciousness. Nityanand Prabhu is not given the chance to preach. He is very eager to preach Krishna consciousness, but he is not being given the chance. Hare Krishna. So, when preaching activity, typically now preaching has become almost kind of people move away. People don't like to be preached at because what has happened is everyone has come, on a very heavy. People come very heavy on other people, preachers, and fire and hell, you'll burn in hell forever, you fool, what are you doing? It becomes very, very heavy. And, people just shy away and they sense it and they say, why would I waste my time with you? I have so many other things to do. So our behavior, more than our words, our behavior is how to approach people, and that what makes it very enduring. And when preaching stops, all this gundaraj starts. Because naturally, when you don't know what to do, you'll simply do what you want to do, right or wrong. That's what happens. And then it's all chaotic and trouble. Hare Krishna. So in Bengal, Prabhupada says there's descendants of Nityanand Prabhu, but there's a controversy on the claim. So here Prabhupada, he makes the thing is fine if you are uh, uh, if you are the descendant of Nityanand Prabhu, then your business is to act like Nityanand Prabhu. And what is that business? Again, Narottam Das Thakur, the Mahajan, says, Dinahina yatachilo harinama udarilo. That business should be what Nityanand Prabhu did. That is to deliver all fallen souls by chanting, teaching them how to chant Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So this further uh, explains Krishna and Balram are same. Nityananda and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are the same as Balram and Krishna. So they there are many references where it could be correlated in different shastras which say that Chaitanya and Nityananda are no different than Krishna and Balram. So from different ages, the two brothers come in Vrindavan, Krishna Balram. They come as Ram Bhagwan and Lakshman ji. So throughout this history, we see the brothers appear. Hare Krishna. Then again, Prabhu says that they went to Mathura. They killed, Prabhupada says, they killed Kamsa and the wrestlers, and then they went to Dwarka. They had to fight many demons. But they spent their childhood up to Krishna's 16th year in Vrindavan, living a very happy life. Simply love. Krishna and Balram. Krishna and Balram enacted these early pastimes just to enliven their devotees. Bhagavad Gita, right? Why do they come? Why does the avatar means he who descends? Why does Krishna and Balaram descend? Paratranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam, to give association to their devotees and to annihilate the demons. Now, in all previous yugas, they annihilated, correct, by killing them. However, in this yuga, they didn't kill. They gave them so much love and mercy, and their weapon was the Mahamantra. Mahamantra didn't kill, it transformed the person. Of course, in the absolute sense, there is no difference between uh, Krishna being harsh and Krishna being very soft, because it's absolute. The value of -1, absolute value of -1 is 1. So similarly, it may be completely opposite, but it's always for the benefit of the jiva. And what we can understand from this, dear devotees, is at times there are reversals. Even people who are seriously on the path of bhakti, on Krishna consciousness, severe reversals they have, but they do not lose heart. They do not lose hope. They do not blame. They do not even question. Oh, Krishna, there is so much I'm doing. Why is this coming all on me? They do not. They look at it as mercy. Mother Kunti prayed. She's saying, oh, Krishna, please give me such difficulties and problems so that when I am in such a situation, I think more deeply of you. So whatever comes in, if the attitude is to take it as a blessing, they say, whom Krishna, what is that verse in Bhagavad Gita? To my devotee, I preserve what they have and deliver what they lack. Correct? They say, whom Krishna likes, he provides what they lack. But for someone whom Krishna really, deeply is attached to and truly loves, he takes away everything. Hari, he takes away everything from them. And over here, on the path of devotional service, that becomes a little shaky. Correct? Oh, no, Krishna, just like me. Don't love me, because if you love, everything will go away. We are afraid of losing all these things that we have accumulated. We pray to Krishna. Krishna, please give me more, or, I want a promotion or this, that, whatever else there is. Yeah, that is there. But the same thing, if we say he's absolute and he's taken it away and it's my mercy, of course, you need to have that level of consciousness that transformation should happen, where we consider everything as his mercy. Hare Krishna. Can somebody read this, please? These two paras.
I can read. Krishna and Balram have, just 1 minute, Krishna and Balram have two businesses: pacifying the devotees and killing the demons. Of course, since Krishna and Balram are the absolute truth, there is no difference between their killing and their loving. Those who are killed are also delivered from material bondage. Now, these same two brothers have again descended as Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Nityananda Prabhu. They are compared to the sun and the moon. The business of the sun and the moon is to dissipate darkness. The sun rises during the day and the moon rises at night But the sun and moon of Lord Chaitanya and Nityanand are wonderful because they have appeared simultaneously.
Hare Krishna. So now Prabhupada comes to this, the sun and the moon, the poetic comparison of sun and the moon. Now, this comparing to sun and moon is very, very significant. Like, what is that? Krishna Surya Sama, Maya Hoya Andakara. Jaha Krishna Taha Nahi, Maya Adhikara in Chaitanya Charitamrita, right? So, Krishna is the sun, correct? And Maya is compared to darkness. Actually, there is no such thing as darkness. In physics, if you look at it, there is no thing called darkness. Absence of light is called darkness. But wherever there is light, there cannot be darkness. That's what the Chaitanya Charitamrita says, right? Jaha Krishna taha nahi, Maya adhikara. So, illusion, that is Maya, is illusion. Illusion is accepting something which is false as real and whatever is real as false. That is the illusion. So illusion is not real. It appears to be real. You're in a dream and you think a tiger is chasing you. You know, in fact, even the bodily symptoms, palpitations, the heart will start, heartbeat will increase, and all that. But when you get up, you realize that it was just a dream. But whilst you were in a dream, it felt very, very real. Doesn't matter what you feel, whether it's real. Is it really real? No. So, when you're an illusion, anything is possible. But reality has nothing to do with uh, illusion. Yeah. So, darkness is illusion. Dhanurdhar Maharaj has said, Krishna is the sun, correct? When you're facing the sun, the darkness is behind you, your shadow. You understand? There's no question of darkness when you're facing the sun. However, when you turn your back to the sun, you can see your shadow, correct? You'll see your shadow in front of you when your back is to the sun. Now, the other interesting point what Maharaj said is that Krishna is everywhere. Now we have our Surya Dev, correct? Our Surya Dev is in that position. So I'm able to turn my back from him. However, Krishna is omnipresent. He's everywhere. He's not just fixed in one position. Krishna is everywhere. He's within, he's without. So Dhanurdhar Maharaj asked this question. How can you turn your back from someone who is everywhere? You turn your back, he's there. You look upwards, he's there. Look down, right, left, anywhere, he's there. And it's all light. How is it possible then to turn your back from Krishna? It is not possible. However, in a dream, it is possible. In an illusion, it is possible. And that's why that Maya, in that ignorance, we think we have turned our back away and we are living in this uh, world of illusion, sense gratification, and enjoying ourselves. Hare Krishna. Can someone please read this? Neeru Mata, you can read if nobody is reading.
No problems. Still, their business is the same as that of the ordinary sun and moon. The moon, Nandu, to dissipate darkness. Everyone in this material world is in darkness. In the other words, they are ignorant, like animals. Why are they animals? Such a civilized men, so well dressed, with the university degrees, are they in darkness? Yes, they are in the darkness. What is the proof? The proof is that they are not a Krishna conscious. That is their darkness. Now,
Mataji, this also.
read, right?
Yeah, please.
Now someone may ask, who says this proof we are in darkness? We don't say it. Krishna does. Na mamam dusakrutino mada propadayate naradam maya aparihita jana. Gita 7.15. Maya aparhita jana means that although someone may have university degree, although he is called civilized, his knowledge has been stolen by illusion, and therefore he does not surrender to Krishna. Krishna is a personally canvassing. Sarva dharman parityajya mama ekam saranam raja. Just give up your nonsense and surrender to me. He is personally canvassing. But because these rascals and fools are in the darkness, they don't know what the goal of life is. Therefore, they are not willing to surrender to him. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Just a comment over here. Neeru Mataji is always so enthusiastic. She always is jumping at that opportunity to read. She doesn't think that, oh, am I pronouncing it correctly? Am I saying it rightly or something? And it is so nice. You know, Krishna is not looking for proper pronunciation. Krishna sees the intent behind this. So Mataji keeps aside all inhibitions and whenever, and this has been since day one. So thank you so much, Mataji. It's a good
All goes to Prabhupada. All glories to Prabhupada, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Nothing may. It's a Krishna's blessing and your blessing.
Hare Krishna. So over here, you know, it's called darkness. So someone may say, what do you mean I'm in darkness? I have a PhD, you know, I'm very knowledgeable. I know so many things about so many things. So how? So Prabhupada says it's not that I'm saying it, that you're in darkness. This is Bhagwan himself. Bhagavad Gita 7.15. That's what he says. Maya yafrita jnana. What does it mean? Is you may have any kind of material knowledge, whatever it be. However, it comes to a big zero because it's all an illusion. And that is what is keeping you away from Krishna. Now, Krishna has come and said the summum bonum instruction. What does he say? Sarvada, abandon all varieties of religion and surrender unto me. Yeah, that's what he's saying. But because we are in darkness, we say, no, why should we surrender? I'm not in misery. You're in misery. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying. Why would I do it? So, what is the point of all this education when the basics are not in place? The basic of who you are. You identify with the body. And then everything which is built up on the body comes to a big zero because this body is perishable. And that which is eternal, the spirit soul, I have no understanding of it. I don't even want to know about it because I have learned so much about the matter about this body. Hare Krishna. So, Krishna also describes these fools as Naradama, the lowest of mankind. How have they become Naradama? By engaging in sinful life. So, we think that, you know, it's giving me pleasure. But anything that is disconnected from uh, anything that is disconnected from Krishna is sin. Anything, it is a sinful life. And then Prabhupada goes on to explain the four pillars of sin: illicit sex, meat eating, intoxication, and gambling. Hare Krishna. And if you actually look at it, the entire system, a material education system, whatever it be, wherever it be, is only how to become more sophisticated at all this. More and more like animal, eating, sleeping, mating, defending. That's all the human with his higher intellect is trying to do it in a more sophisticated manner. Hare Krishna. So now here it is delivering a world of full of sinful activities. So they are canvassing people the same way. Krishna said, Sarva Dharman Parityaja. Mahaprabhu and Nityanand Prabhu came and showed how. Correct? Krishna gave that instruction. They came. How they did it? They said simply chant. Chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So except for Krishna. Can someone read this? This is a very nice.
Hare Krishna.
Except
Except for somebody's reading.
yes, yes. So except for Krishna conscious activities, whatever you do is sinful. The whole world is full of sinful activities, and they have been summarized into four categories: illicit sex, meat eating, gambling, and intoxication. This is the summary, but there are many branches of these activities. Still, if you cut the root of the sinful activity, illicit sex, gambling, meat eating, and intoxication, then automatically the other sinful activity will go. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.
So
Dhanyavad.
from this, we know the four regulative principles. This is what it means. It is in practicing these four regulative principles, all the other sinful activities. What is sin? Anything which is not connected with Krishna is a sin. Anything which takes you away from Krishna is sin. And whatever is bringing you closer towards Krishna is punya. They say pap and punya. And that's the Hindi for sin and pious activities. There are certain activities which we call pious, but those also are sinful if it is taking us away from Krishna. People will say that, oh, very altruistic, very philanthropic, etc. But if it is not anchored to Krishna, it's a waste of time. It has alleviated someone's bodily problem. But so what? It's only temporary. Eventually, he'll die, you will die, the body will become dust, and then you'll have to take another body. He'll also have to take another body. So people say, feed the hungry. Yeah, feed the hungry. There's nothing wrong in feeding the hungry. But the real caretaker, the real well wisher, will do something which will take you away from this hunger forever, not momentarily, not for one meal, not for a lifetime, but forever. No hunger. Take away the misery, not momentarily, but permanently. That is being the real philanthropy. Hare Krishna. So here it says, Prabhupada says, right? These sinful activities, we are just incurring karma, and then we accordingly are going in this cycle of birth, old age, disease, and death. And examples, when a pig is eating stool, he thinks he's enjoying life. He does not know he's suffering. Maya has given the living entity a pig's body so that he will suffer. But even in the pig's body, he's thinking he's enjoying life. This is illusion. And here we are. We also have this pig mentality. We are suffering, but we say, so nice. The body is feeling so comfortable. In the house, I have the nice temperature control. Outside it is so cold, but inside I'm warm and comfortable. Oh, I have so much. I have all these possessions with me. Okay, everything. Then more and more I get, the happier and happier I'm going to become. So Radhanath Swami says, and we find happiness in things. We find happiness in things, and we use people instead of uh, we love things and use people instead of loving people and using things. So people also become commodities. Relationships also become commodities. Yeah. So Radhanath Maharaj says that happiness lies not in what you have. Happiness lies in what you can do without detachment. But what does that detachment mean? Real detachment is not renunciation. Govardhan Bhakta Prabhu explained it yesterday. It is not that सब कुछ छोड़ के अभी मैं बैठ के हरिओम 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 हरिओम. It is impossible to be detached because this mind has to be attached to something. You'll only be detached for a little while, whatever it is. Even the Mayavadis, okay, they may get liberation, they'll go into the Brahma Jyoti. Even that is temporary, which is like a very, 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 very long time. But even that, because the mind has to be attached to something. So real detachment comes when there is attachment to Krishna. Then all these things which tie us up, all these things tie us up becomes garbage. So when Gauranga Prabhu, I was listening to a lecture of his, Gauranga Prabhu was saying this, that, for example, when you come to know something about something, you will find that's why the second canto and third canto, Sarga and Visarga of Srimad Bhagavatam, gives so much details, technical about this matter, what matter is all about. And he gives the example of if there is a halwai, halwai is a, what is the word for halwai in English? It's uh, baker, someone who makes sweets, right? So when he makes sweets day in and day out, that's all he's in that environment. He doesn't feel like eating sweet. And he gave the example of Damodar Prabhu, who's a he's very famous in ISKCON. He makes excellent mithais. But you ask him what is his favorite food? His favorite food is khichdi. Simple, khichdi is his favorite. He's the he's the guru of making mithai bhoga. His favorite is. So that Bhagavatam gives us so much information, and when you get so much information, it no longer seems attractive. We actually know what that reality is. And then you get that higher taste, attachment to Krishna. So, dear devotees, this whole process of Krishna consciousness, this whole sadhana that we do, chanting a certain number of rounds, following the four regulative principles, reading books, Prabhupada's books, deity worship, Sangha, etc., etc. It is all helping in every little act that we do. It is cutting away, making us more and more detached and getting attached to something far, far superior. Hare Krishna. And that is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityanand Prabhu have come like the sun and the moon to take away all this darkness of ignorance. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. It is 8 o'clock. If someone has a question or a comment, we can take one. Otherwise, we can bring it to a close. Very good.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. You mentioned about Bhagavatam, Sarga and Visarga. I do not know the meaning of Sarga and Visarga. Can you explain that?
Yeah, Mataji, these are the Sanskrit terms. It is the first creation. So, as Gauranga Prabhu was mentioning, that Sarga is the ingredients. There are the 24 elements,
Okay.
the subtle and the gross, and then the senses, the working senses. So, that is the original ingredient from Mahavishnu. And then you have Brahmaji. Brahmaji comes and uh, he manipulates these different elements, permutation, combination, and this whole universes, countless universes, Brahmaji is creating, and within that there is so much of variety. Like actually, there's so much variety that you see even in the material world. So many different types, and I mean, it's mind-boggling. So that is Visarga, the
Okay.
secondary, but the
Mm.
original is Sarga.
Sarga.
That
Okay.
comes from Krishna. Then Brahmaji, he creates all this. So that is Sarga Visarga Mataji. And
Okay.
if you'd like, I can share you that link to that. Actually, Achintya Manohar Prabhu had sent me one link, and it is a class on the 10 lessons of Srimad Bhagavatam. So, you can
That
read
would
that.
be
It
nice.
gives
I
more
just started
details.
reading Bhagavatam.
Uh,
I just started reading.
yeah, very nice. Very nice. Krishna's universal form, why it is there, what purpose it serves. It's very nice.
Okay.
So I'll share that to you separately, Mataji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Very good. So over to you, Simeshwar Prabhu, if no one has any other question or a comment or a realization. we can bring the program to a close. Please forgive me. I tried to do my best. If there's any correction, please feel free to do so. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Amritananda Prabhu, covering Hare Krishna Prabhu. That was last minute notice. Thank you so much. Anybody, anything else would like to add? Any other comments? Well, let's come to let's conclude. So tomorrow is Friday. We'll be having classes. Bhakti Prabhu Maharaj is here around, and Maharaj is also having programs in different locations, places. Maharaj will be also there in the temple. So please try to attend as much as you can. Okay. Thank you so much. Let's pray together. Vancha kalpatarubhashya. Kripā sindhubhya
Vasindhu eva cha
pavanebhyo
patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo namo namo.
Vaishnavamda ki jai.
Jai.
Prabhupada ki jai. Viraj Dinacharda ki jai.
Jai.
Kodi Vaishnava ki jai. Guru
Jai.
Prasad.
Hari Hari Bol.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Wonderful class. Thank you.